This is a video to create how to create number 15 in your 20 ISOs project folder. So the first thing we want to do is we want to create this little rectangular prism plate down here on the bottom. And our total width is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wide by 1 tall by 6 deep. So we have 10 by 1 by 6. Let's go to Inventor. Let's make sure we're in our correct project file. I just say done. New English IPT, create. Let's go to our box. Click on box. I'm going to click on my XY plane. And I'm going to click on my origin. And I'm going to go 10, tab 1, enter. And our depth, the opposite direction, let's put in 6. And I'm going to hit enter. And I'm going to go to my house. Now, next thing I want to do, if we go back to our 20 isometric sketches, you will notice that I have these 2 holes here, actually these 3 holes here. We're going to put them in as examples of center point ones, but we also put the hole in over here based upon this existing geometry. Let's go ahead and round off these corners first. The radius of our corners here, this is going to be a little bit tough to see, but it's about 1.5. You can see how it doesn't rest on one of these lines or one of these corners. This is going to be 1.5, so we're going to kind of eyeball this. So let's go back to Inventor. Our fillet is 1.5. That's what our radius is going to be. So I'm going to click on this curve, and we're going to click on this curve. And I'm going to go back to here, and we rounded off both of these corners here. This edge over here does not have a curve. We're going to go back, and we're going to say OK, and we've rounded off those edges. Now you'll notice that these 2 holes in the front here share the same center point as this arc. So we're going to go back to our hole command. So let's go to hole. We're going to go down to concentric, and it's going to ask us, this is the surface, that's the plane. What reference? This is our reference. Let's go back to our object here. These have a diameter of 1. Just a diameter of 1. They fit perfectly inside of a square. Let's go back to here. We're going to put in a diameter of 1. And we're going to say apply, since we have another one to do. We have through all here, let's say apply. Another concentric one. On this surface, concentric reference. Diameter of 1, through all. We're going to say apply, because we have another one to do. Let's go back here to the back. The distance from this edge in from the side is 1.5, and from this edge is 1.5. So instead of concentric, though, we're going to go to linear up here. The face is this face. Reference 1. It's going to be this line back here, 1.5. It's asking me for a second reference. I'm going to click on this line right here, 1.5. Diameter is 1. It goes through all. I'm done making holes right now. I'm going to say OK. 3 holes in that plate. Now our next thing we have to do is to draw for ourselves. Whoops, I held down on my mouse and it zoomed all over the place on me. So I want to draw up this rectangular prism. We're going to ignore this little skateboard ramp is what I call it. We're going to ignore that from now. So we're going to go a distance of 4 by 2 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 by 2 by 6. Let's grab a hold of our pencil. We're going to click back here. I'll drag this down. I'm going to go to 2-point rectangle. Click in the corner. Drag off. 4, tab, 2, enter. And go to finish sketch. 4 by 2. Extrude up a distance of 6 we have. Say OK. Now we're going to round off this corner up here. A radius of 2. 1, 2. We're going to go back. Fillet. Radius. 2. This corner and this corner. I'm going to say OK. These 2 have a radius of 2. Well, how did I know that? Center point out to here, that's one part of the arc. Up to here, that's the top point of the arc. Now, we're going to do another fillet, and you're going to notice that this also is a radius of 2, and this is an additive fillet. From here to here is 2, here up to here is 2. So we're going to go back to Inventor, and let's go to fillet. And we have 2. We're going to click on this corner right here, and this is an additive fillet because it adds mass. We subtracted mass, now we're adding mass. We're going to say OK. We've got one last thing to do, and that's to put this hole in the object. It has a diameter of 2. From left to right, it's a diameter of 2. We're going to go back up to hole. We're going to go to concentric. Plane. What surface? This surface. What's your concentric reference? That arc. What's your diameter? 2. It goes through all. We say OK. We hit our house button, and we are finished with number 15 for your 20 ISOs project. We did additive fillets for the first time in this 20 ISOs project. Everything else we did reference, we did linear reference holes, we did concentric holes here, here, and here. And starting out with the plate gave us a good foundation for how to build this object. So again, this has been a how-to video for how to create 20 ISOs number 15.